Hey guys, it's Kate, and today I'll be doing a review on the new Morphe 2 Hint Hint Skin Tint, and I have mine in the shade Hint of Ivory, which is the lightest shade. It's fair with neutral pink undertones, and I'm normally the lightest shade in all concealers, powders, and foundations, so if you are too, you'll probably also be this shade. There are 20 shades. I kind of hope they expand on that because I feel like they're lacking some of the pale shades, and they're also lacking in some of the dark shades. It does retail for $17, which really isn't a lot, and it comes with the normal 1 ounce of foundation. The packaging says that it's lightweight, hydrating, it's also vegan, which is great, and non-comedogenic, which I've never seen a foundation that's non-comedogenic. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but that basically means that it won't break you out or clog your pores. Also, briefly in this review, I'm also going to be talking about the Morphe Lip Oil and Flutter, which I'm wearing on my lips right now, then also the Wonder Tint Cheek and Lip Mousse, which I'm wearing on my lips under the oil, and I'm also wearing on my cheeks. I'm pretty sure that both of these products are around $9 or $10. So I'm just gonna jump right into the demo because that's what you're here for anyways. You want to hear my review and everything on it. So hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. So for the demo and wear test, I'm going to start by priming my face only on one side. This is my primer that I use every day. I just think I want to see how the foundation wears with a primer on one side of my face and then how it wears on the other side of my face without a primer. To blend in the foundation, I'm going in with my Morphe blending sponge. I prefer beauty blenders because they just really make the product sink into your skin rather than sit on top. And I have used this foundation before, and when I used a brush, it was just really streaky. So here's a closer look at the product. As you can see, there is a dropper, which is kind of difficult for me. I feel like I drop it all over. Oh my god. See? I just dropped it down my shirt. Okay, well, the foundation says to use 1 to 2 drops, but this is kind of how I did it last time. And this is the side that I primed. I'm just looking at the mirror straight ahead. So I did wear this foundation yesterday, and I would say definitely light coverage because you can see my freckles up there and around my nose. There's still a little bit of redness on my cheeks. I have noticed it is buildable, so you can definitely get a medium coverage just like the packaging says. So I would definitely stick with a light layer across, oh my god, across your face. So yeah, I've noticed that a light layer across your face is a lot better than a medium coverage layer because it wears better throughout the day and doesn't get as patchy. As you can see, it just creates a really nice light base across your skin and kind of evens everything out. There's still a little bit of redness peeking through here or there, but I kind of prefer the more natural look. And then yesterday when I put on this foundation, I did notice that I had some dry patches right here and around my forehead, but that's when I used a brush. But now that I'm using the beauty blender, yeah, there's no dry patches. So, and I have combination skin. There is a little bit of creasing around my nose, but you can just kind of blend that out and set it. So to finish off my base, I'm just gonna be applying concealer today because I'm gonna be doing a wear test, and I want you guys to know where I put the concealer, what's actually foundation on my face, what's not. So this is all for concealer, and I'm just going to blend it under my eyes. I really want to see again how the foundation wears around my chin, which is why I'm not putting concealer there. I noticed yesterday after about the 6-hour mark, it was wearing a little bit around my chin and nose. And then another important thing before I jump off camera and finish the rest of my face, normally with foundation I just use a powder and I lightly set my cheeks, my forehead, and then I go in with a more precise powder brush. And this is when I go and I set my chin. And I also do my upper lip, my nose, and then obviously under my eyes because I crease if I don't set it. Oh my god, how could I forget? I also wanted to show you the Morphe 2 cream blushes. I accidentally already put on some of my powder blush, but I did want to show you this sort of quickly. Here's what it looks like. Here's a swatch. It's super a powdery kind of consistency. It's very pretty. Here it is. See how it just melts on your lips? But I do want to show you what it looks like on the cheeks, so I'm just gonna do a couple dabs. Oh my god. I probably should have done this not when I put cream blush on. I'm kind of bad. It kind of works better, I noticed, with a rubbing motion rather than a tapping motion. I kind of look like a clown, but I don't really care, whatever. I just kind of wanted to show you what it looks like on. This is a little bit intense for my fair skin, but I do like it. It blends very well, and it's actually a really good cream blush. I was surprised. And I also wanted to show you the Morphe lip oil. This is just kind of a chapsticky type thing. It's not really a lip gloss. I thought it was going to be a lot more pigmented because, as you can see, it looks really red, but it's actually just like a very light pink gloss. And it is pretty hydrating because it's not like a normal lip gloss where it's a little bit sticky or heavier or lasts really long. This gloss, I noticed, it's more hydrating, but it does kind of wear off your lips within like 15 or 20 minutes. So I probably won't be repurchasing one of these. I'd rather just wear chapstick, but it's good for what it's kind of marketed for. Okay, so I'm back and my base is done. As you can see, it's been about like 20 minutes and the blush hasn't faded at all. When I wear it, it doesn't really fade throughout the day. I did also put it on top of a powder and on top of an already set face because I almost forgot to put it on. And it literally looks perfect. It looks just as good as if I was to put it on without powder before it. Just like yesterday when I tried this foundation, I did the same thing with primer on one side and not on the other. It looks the exact same. It blended the same with primer and without. Another thing that I noticed yesterday is that the foundation does tend to settle around my nose. So there's like some lines right there, but it doesn't settle on my chin, which a normally foundation does. And it doesn't settle in my smile lines or anything. I think because if you use like a thin layer and this foundation is really liquidy, it won't really settle into many lines as opposed to a really like thick matte foundation that probably will. By the way, I did already do a wear test yesterday and tested out the foundation just so I had a better idea before making a video and just kind of going in blind. But the wear test yesterday went really well. It did wear a little bit in the normal spots, like around my chin and around my nose, so I'm going to watch that today. Other than that, it never sunk into any lines or anything. It looked great around my pores, so I'm hoping the same thing will happen today, but I will check in and try to show you the foundation up close so that you can kind of see how it wears. Okay, so I'm back and it's been about 2 hours. It's like 5:55? It's 5, see my cat. Hi, Cleo. It's 5:55, so was that like 2.5 hours then? And honestly, nothing has changed. It looks the exact same. The creasing around the nose hasn't gotten any worse. Other than that, yeah, it looks literally the exact same after 2.5 hours. That's what happened last time. Yesterday when I did a wear test too, after about the 2-hour mark, nothing had changed. It was more around like the 4 or 5 hour mark that seemed things got a little like oily. But I'm gonna check back in about 2 hours again and let you know how it's doing. Okay, so it's been about 5 hours since I've been wearing this. I think it's like 8:30. I'm gonna use my like mirror light. You know, these are like the lights that like show you everything that's wrong on your face. Honestly, for 5 hours, it doesn't look that bad. It is breaking up. I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to like get good lighting, but if you can see, it's breaking up on my chin a little bit, and it's also breaking up, see, around my nose. I've also started to get a little bit oily, like in my T-zone area. And then the primer side versus the non-prime side, I feel like the makeup stuck to the primer better. Just a little bit, especially I think around the cheeks. But other than that, there isn't like a huge difference with like the primer side. But I think I'm gonna check in one more time, probably around like 10:30. That'll be like the 6-7 hour mark. Okay, so it's about 10 p.m. and it's been about 7 hours. I think this is it for the night. I'm gonna go wash my face after this. But so far, honestly, the foundation doesn't look much different than the last check-in. All I would say is that the primer side definitely does look better. I think the foundation didn't break up as much on it. There's still breakage around my chin and nose. I think the area that's the most broken up is like right here on my cheek and then a little bit right here, and this is all the non-primer side. I honestly really like this foundation. I know I seem like I'm being really harsh on it, but normally at the 7-hour mark with other foundations that I use, it looks worse than this, which is why I normally don't wear foundation. I just wear concealer. But I think that if I want to go for a more full coverage look on some days, I'm going to definitely reach for this foundation. I would recommend getting it if you are looking for maybe a more lighter coverage foundation and more natural looking. I would just try different powders, different like baking techniques, and just kind of see what works with this foundation, because I think that I can make it work. I just think I need to use different products or maybe bake in some areas, because I usually put concealer on my chin and around my nose, but I didn't this time because I wanted to see how the foundation worked. But I'm going to keep using it and I'll probably update you in my next couple of videos. But I think it's worth trying if you're curious. It's only $17 and I think that you'll definitely find some use out of it. But I think that's it for the night. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was sort of informative in some ways. I would love to answer any questions down below, or if you've tried it, I'd love to hear what you think. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.